listening to an Electronic Revolution TV broadcast.
Ready up. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to e-rev TV, where tonight we're going to be covering the CEVO's Finish the Fight Tourney round number 2 between Frag Domination and Coalition here on MP Crash. So we're going to get right into the action. I'm your host, Anger, and co-casting with me tonight will be Shogun. So we're going to take it off the start here. As I'm looking for the Coalition side, they will be on Op 4, and right now we have Brett in the B alley, or the long alley, and most of the offense will be coming into A, so there's a large four-man push. Frag Domination is also going into that area. So as the action is taking place really quick for the Marines, for Frag Domination, we have Uno, Mr. K, Hype, Fear, Juvie, and for the Op 4, Mobsta, Brett, Thaler, PRP, and Dex. So right now the action's still taking place here, and this is the first round. So we appreciate you joining us. Right now we have PRP and Thaler going into the bomb site A area, looking to try to get into the 2-on-2 fight there. Oh, he takes out Fear there, and Hype also takes out PRP with the AK, so a nice job there. This is going to be a very interesting match between these two teams, Shogun, and as we see here, it's going to be a 2-on-2, Thaler, Brett, Mr. K, and Hype. So right now, the bomb has been placed, and as Thaler's trying to come up to the top area, or excuse me, the bomb has not been placed. He's actually coming around, going down the stairwell into bomb site A, going one-on-one in the stairwell here. And he takes out Thaler with a pistol there, so nice job by Hype. 1-0 in the favor of Frag Domination.
A good start off by Frag Dom, as they really kind of pushed A in hard, which is normally what you'll see from a lot of offensive-minded teams here. A is kind of the easier bomb to push, and it's really hard to defend unless you can get up on either the wooden stairs or inside the building quite right away. Coalition looks like they're pushing Dex, Mobs, and a few others as nades galore just going off here, putting FragDub down to 2 men by themselves. All that's left is Juvie and Mr. K, which, like I said, you really got to try to push in that A very fast, very hard, don't you think, Anger?
Yeah, no doubt. And as we're watching right here, Coalition is actually trying to push a middle portion of the map here. As Fragdom is trying to push out. They're actually in blue building right now, so as I'm taking a look into this particular area, they kind of take refuge here. It's going to be Juvie, so we're going to take a look at Juvie right now as he's trying to go one-on-one with Dex, and he gets taken out there by Dex with a nice shot from the second floor, from the top floor there. So right now we have PRP taking out Mr. K with the M4 at the crash site area towards the middle of the map. So right now, early in this, really kind of slow a little bit here, but it should pick up in a little bit, so we'll let you take that, Shogun, and as we head into the third round.
Alright, I'm going to follow Thaler here for Coalition. Let's see if we can get melee on him. Thaler looks like he's pushing the archway, which is kind of a key strategic point. He looks like he's getting into a battle here with one of the Frag Domination guys. But really, the middle is a key area as well, because it's a huge flank on A, and there's Thaler taking out Fear, putting Fragdom down to Hype, Uno, and Mr. K all by themselves against Mobsta, Thaler, Dex, and Brett for Coalition. And Brett pushing up the B side, putting down Mr. K, and really putting Fragdom in a hurt here, as they're just 2 players up, 4 for Coalition. Looks like Thaler and I believe it was Brett, really holding down that B side, trying to push archers, swing around on A. They see Uno over at A as well as Hype, and there's Dex taking down Hype. Now Uno's all trapped by himself by a dumpster. I think he's just trying to hide out before the end, and there it was. Thaler coming over, putting down Uno, and giving, Coalition a 2-1 lead.
Yep, no doubt about that, and so an early 2-1 lead for Coalition, and we have some early scores coming in. 50 takes out PTX 13-2. Bloodline taking out Pandemic 13-7, but we have to make a special note that we heard that Pandemic was down some players, so that's a key note there. and also Nexus's B team takes out Nexus's A team 13-11. So nice job to the Gruffalos there of the B team for Nexus. So right now we have Dex on the second story here on the A bomb site right now, and it looks like Juvie alongside Field here is trying to push into that area. Well, actually Field's trying more towards the B. Ooh, he gets taken out by Dex. Nice AK placement there from the top perch for him. And nice job there. So right now Mobster taking out Juvie with the MP5. So really Coalition really doing a nice job with the shots. And there it is right there. Brett taking out Mr. K and to clear that up. So 3-1 right now in the favor of Coalition here. And they're just doing a really outstanding job with their shots. Good guns so far. So here we go into the fifth round, and as I'm looking here, it looks like we have Failer and Brett again going the B alley here as they're making their way to the mid. Failer is the lead man. We have PRP in the middle for the Coalition, along with Mobster here going to A. We have Juvie and Fragdom, or excuse me, Juvie and Uno going. Ooh, Juvie gets taken out there by his own nade, and right now I kind of lost who was going there, and I picked him up back up in the stairwell. That will be Uno. He's in the bomb site A area as we speak. So we're going to take a look at that right now. We also have Hype coming in from the blue building, coming across the mid crash site. Mr. K does not see him. Brett doesn't see him during some other action. So the bomb is going to be placed down right now by Uno with the backup from Hype. So nice job here. So we're going to see how they take placement here. Uno will be on the downstairs portion. Hype will be upstairs, and Shogun, we're trying to see how Coalition Brett is all by himself.
Yeah, he took down Mr. K very quickly over in the lighthouse area, but I think right now Fragdom really has A lockdown. It's going to be hard for Brett to get in there, and there is Fear coming across to take out Brett, ending the round. Like I said, Fragdom, I think their key here is really pushing that A bomb site hard, but Coalition coming through with some great shots to take a quick lead.
Yeah, the nade placement's not really a big issue, which I thought it would be, at least off the start. Maybe there was a one or two, spread out during these few rounds. But right now, Hype taking control of the blue room, trying to get control of the top, trying to look over towards the middle of the map. But there it is, PRP taking out Fielder with a nice pineapple toss, and Mr. K taking out PRP with the M4. So right now we have Coalition mostly on the B side right now, and Fader taking out Juvie with another nice pineapple toss. And now Dex is on the bomb site here at A as we speak, so he's holding that down. So right now it's going to be difficult. Dex taking out Hype there. It's going to be difficult for frag domination here. We have Uno and Mr. K right now, the only people alive. Brett looks like he's trying to reach around Shogun and pretty much flank Mr. K, so this is going to be a nice matchup here.
Yeah, but Mr. K came out really fast, taking out Brett coming on the short wall, giving Frag Domination a 2-to-1 advantage over this Coalition Dex all by himself. And I believe he's still in the A site. Yeah, he is, sitting on the second set of stairs with Uno and Mr. K with, I would think, trying to push around B. Uno playing bottom, Mr. K, of course, planning B. Definitely setting up to take out Dex as he tries to come over. Dex taking a look around as he jumps out of the A side and shot in the back from Uno inside of bottom A, and it brings Fragdom back into a tie score of 3-3, which really, the scores are even as you look at them, but Juvie, I think, is kind of the one that surprises me, sitting at 0 kills and kind of holding his team back a little.
Yeah, Mr. K right now early in these, as we lead into the 7th round, Mr. K right now is 4-4, Uno is 5-4, and for Coalition, Dex is in with his team 5-3, along with Mobster also at 5-3. So again, pretty much the same strat here. We have Mobster going into the bomb site A area right now, but it looks like Frag Domination has actually gotten into a little bit of the B portion here. PRP took out Fear because Fear was a lead man there on that particular push. So right now, looks like we have Fader holding down B for Coalition, and he's going to hold that particular point down right now. We have Mobster still in the bomb site area, hide behind the racks, the pallets here. So we're going to see a nice one-on-one match between Hype right now. As he's peeking around the corner, so we'll look into that right now. Hype trying to get some shots into Mobster. Not quite getting the job done yet, but he will, I'm sure, in a second. So we'll take a look at that, Shogun.
Yeah, Mobster coming right through behind Hype, taking him out at the A site, and I think really Fragdom just kind of needs to solve this Coalition defense. Offense to me was always kind of the easier side on this map. If you could get the nades and have a decent person watching your push, you know, I usually thought that offense would be pretty easy, but right now Coalition holding down their defense very strongly against Frag Domination, and it looks like Frag Dom has really slowed up their rush, which I think in the long run will probably hurt them.
Again, nice shot by Hype with the AK, so as he's Failure taking out Fear there with a nice nade placement, so nice set nade there. Juvie actually in the middle of the map holding down the crush area there, and Mr. K also backing him up. So right now, looks like Mobster's in the bomb site A area, not really looking at the other Fragdom players. So he's trying to look over the arches that lead outside the outside area of bomb site A right now. Failer's looking to back him up, and back and forth action between bomb site A and the blue room. Shots being fired across there. Juvie, nice shot there. Hype really holding down the blue room area. And that's pretty much it right now. Pretty much slowing down a little bit. We have Hype and Juvie right now for frag domination. Mobster and Fader are the only guys left alive for them.
Yeah, Juvie's pushing in the bottom lighthouse right now, really taking his time, trying to see if maybe there's a Coalition guy around there. I mean, Fragdom has really slowed down their play from the first two rounds. The first two rounds, you know, you saw 3 to 4 guys coming straight at A and pushing hard for it, but right now they've really slowed it down, kind of working the picks, as I call it, seeing who they can take out on either bomb site and then swing that way, which sometimes is a strategy that does work for people here, is trying to get the bomb site down, but Failure puts down Juvie. Hype answers back with a headshot into Failure, so a one-on-one situation. Hype versus Mobster. Right now, Hype leading his team with 10 kills, 5 deaths. Mobster, of course, leading his with 7 and 3, and there's Mobster answering the shot into Hype off the top of Lighthouse, and will go get the defuse. And like I said, Fragdom they're just trying to switch it up, find out what works against Coalition, which on a defense that's doing as well as Coalition is, that's all you can really do.
Yeah, 5-3 right now in the favor of Coalition, so we're going to head off into the 9th round. And pretty much in your opinion, Shogun, what would Fragdom have to do? I know you were saying they were changing stuff up, but I mean, you would have to obviously go A. That's the better side, obviously, but they did try to switch up by going to B. What would you do in this instance?
Well, looking at what Coalition has been doing round after round, they're really kind of waiting outside of A, waiting for Fragdom to make a mistake. So what I would do is I would say hit the nades hard, hit the flashes hard, and try to get into A as soon as you can before Coalition has a chance to set up in their spots.
So as we're going right now, PRP, nice double kill. They're taking out Juvie and Uno right now. So Hype taking shots here from the blue building, mid-center here. And he's just hanging out the window. And so right now, everything's slowing down at the moment. Mr. K Hype left for Fragdom. Failure and Dex, as they're moving around here, Shogun, maybe you could tell us a little bit where you see Mr. K and Hype and
Well, I'm actually on Dex right now, and Dex is kind of covering the A area, but Fragdom Hype is all the way back in their spawn, kind of pushing the B alley real slow. Failures in the bottom lighthouse, watching the stone wall or B alley, waiting for someone to possibly pop out of that entrance. But I think the objective right now, Mr. K and Hype both trying to work the B side, go quietly to not, you know, bring out their position. But it's a key 2-on-2 situation. I really think Fragdom needs this, being down 5-3 here in the first half. You know, this is a very important round. You need to come away, I think, on offense here with the lead and not be down, because if you don't, defense is all that much harder.
Yeah, Failure right now has the B-side on lock as we speak, but 23 seconds left for Fragdom to get this puppy down, and right now it looks like a little tease there, Shogun.
Yeah, Mr. Kalo finding Failures, he was trying to hide out, maybe coerce a kill out of it, putting them down, putting them into a 2-on-1 situation. Dex all by himself coming from the A side, and he's in the middle right there trying to battle with Mr. K behind the dumpster, and there's Mr. K answering with the M4 shot into Dex, giving it a 4-5 lead for Coalition.
10th round, and this is going to be a key point right here for Fragdom here, if they can tie this up and then hopefully maybe pick up another round as they get close to halftime here. And pretty much same situation. We have Failure for Coalition alongside Brett going B here. Brett actually taking the long alleyway into maybe a flank position here. And right now we have Juvie leading into A right now. He's getting some shots fired upon him, but Mr. K takes out Failure there with the M4. So right now, pretty much status quo here. Juvie going into the A side. Right now we have Juvie just hanging out on the bottom of A. Hype really just covering the blue building as usual. Mobster coming up the top stairway into bomb site A. Now he actually jumped down, so everybody in the stealth mode, Shogun, being really quiet as we speak.
Yeah, both teams have kind of changed up their mode here as Hype puts down Mobster in A, going to try to plant A with Brett being the only one left for Coalition. But like I was saying, both teams are really slowed down their game, just trying to wait for the other one to make a mistake. It looks like there was a stun there. This Brett is rushing up how I stopped on the A stairs. He heard the fake. I think, Hype's definitely waiting for him, trying to work out behind. And he hears the shots going off, and they just keep playing almost like musical stairs here. As one is in bottom A, that is Brett for Coalition. One top A, that is Fragdum's Hype. Both, well, one's the bottom, one's the top of each other's team. And Brett again runs up there, trying to shoot him down, and Hype figures it out, moves down to the below stairs, and takes out Brett. So a good little back and forth action there as they both had each other guessing. But really here, this is where Fragdum, I think, needs to turn it on, take the last 2 rounds, and head in strong into the second half.
Yeah, Coalition's being really cautious here. I think overcautious. Like you were saying, Fragdum has a great opportunity here to take advantage of this and turn the tide in their favor here. Mr. K looks like he's just taking a look at B alley alongside Fear here, covering the mid area, and Juvie trying to head into bomb site A. For Coalition, we have Dex trying to get into bomb site A, and Mobster doing the same. So right now we have Dex going. Oh, Dex with a nice double kill, taking out Juvie and Uno with the AK. Dex moving up where it's here to the second floor in the bomb site A with the backup of Mobster. Right now, Hype still in the blue building. He's got Fear to his right, and these two guys are going to see what they can do. Hope they can get this plant down right now. While there's 4 members of Coalition, we have Mobster, PRP, Failure, and Dex still alive for Coalition.
Yeah, Hype and Fear are the last 2 up for Fragdum. And, Fragdum Nation has the opportunity to pull off a 2-on-4 here, but Failure putting down Fear, leaving Hype all by himself. So the top score against the 4 top scores for Coalition, and there Dex taking out Hype, just waiting him out. And it is a 6-5 right now Coalition lead, where I look at it this way, it's a must-win round for Fragdum, or else they're going to have a really hard time on defense. And, for Coalition, props to them, they've played a really strong defense, I think, for this type of map. Unless you really are allowed to set up your positions, it's really hard to hold down that A site, and they're doing a good job.
Yeah, right now, as we go into this round, we have Hype going 13-7, Mr. K going 10-7, Mobster going 10-5, and PRP going 10-8. And right now, the lead man for Fragdum on this particular push, actually 2 of them, Uno and Juvie, are trying to get into bomb site A. So they're going to be going a double-header here between these 2 guys, trying to get into A and plant this bomb down right now. Coalition really... They have Dex on the second floor here, right on the bomb site area. He takes refuge back up the stairwell, while Mr. K is covering mid-area. So right now in the bomb site A area, Juvie and Uno look like they're going to get this plant down. Uno knows that there's someone upstairs. Actually, he did it! He gets taken out by Dex! Dex clutched it up there, taking out Uno and Juvie. Uno must have been smoking a cigar or something, because he was just not aware there. Failure taking out Mr. K, 7-5. That is a big swing there in the favor of Coalition as we head into halftime.
Yeah, great move by Dex. I think they were definitely, Uno was asleep at the wheel. You can't be doing that and not try to get the plant down, nothing. He really just wasn't paying attention, I think, on that side, and that allowed Dex and Coalition to take a strong lead into the second half here, because if you're up and your offense, I think if Coalition really hits the bombs hard, doesn't let Fragdum Nation set up in their defense, it's going to be a quick side here. I really do strongly believe that, but, only time will tell.
Yeah, the defense for Frag Domination is going to be tested here. This is a very critical point in this match. So the first 2 rounds obviously are going to be the big ones. They're really going to have to really turn this in their favor so that they can get this into some OT here. So right now we're about ready to start here this next round, and right now we have Hype 13-8, Mr. K going 10-8 for Fragdom. Coalition, we have Mobster going 10-6, and Fader going 11-7 for the Op4 site. So Coalition, Fader, and Mobster are actually kind of holding the middle off a little bit. Nate's flying back and forth. Actually, they're being Coalition is actually delaying the push here. Looks like we have Frag Domination heading into bombsite A. We have Juvia and Uno for them. Looks like Sandbags is holding down by Fear. We have Hype in the near the B building, and right now Smoke being deployed. Shogun.
Yeah, this is a different type of offense than I'm used to. Coalition really has slowed up. I think they're trying to figure out where. I think this is a round where they're trying to figure out where Frag Domination is playing. As Juvia takes out Mobster inside A. Excuse me, I mean, it's got to be a test-out round as Failure comes in, taking out Uno. It looks like they're pushing A real slowly. It's a feel-out round, see what Fragdom's doing. Their deck's coming through with an MP5 shot into Hype. Now they're going for B. They look like they're going to lock down on B Coalition, guys, as Fear on Sandbag Roof putting in some rounds over at Dex. And I believe he had another person backing him up, trying to come through as Mr. K, and Juvie putting a headshot into Failure as Brett faking at the B bomb site, trying to get a shot in, but Fear taking out Brett, and Coalition with PRP and Dex, all that are left. Dex coming across on the awning to take out Fear, but Juvie answering back with a quick AK-74 shot into PRP, and I think Dex is trying to run back through archers and maybe back toward A, as Juvie sitting on the stairs waiting for him to come around the corner, putting him down. So a strong comeback round there for Fragdom, and a good way to start off the second half.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And as we get into this next round, a big-time fill-out round. Fragdom, they held off they had the height advantage in the B area. Nice job there on that particular strat, at least for the defense-wise. Coalition doing a great job of just holding back, getting to see what Fragdom was going to do here. Actually, right now, it looks like Coalition is pushing really, really hard into A as we speak, and they're getting in there really, really quick. It looks like Fear takes out Brett, and the bomb has been set there by Failure, so Failur's going to hold off A here, and he's in the stairwell trying to hold the defense down, and right now he is by himself with PRP, and looks like we have Juvie in the vicinity here. He's going to go right behind Failure. A nice M4 shot there, so he's going to clean that up as he's going upstairs. Now he's going back down here. Oh, nice job there, taking out PRP. Great job, and Frag's going to defuse this puppy here, so everybody is down and out from Coalition. So nice job there in the A site, Shogun.
Yeah, Fragdom really held their own on that defense. Coalition tried the very fast strat, pushing them hard, and Fragdom really answered back with some good tactics, good playing. I think, the split between Failure and I believe it was PRP who went upstairs, that really doesn't work. You need to kind of work together in that A-bomb site. If, your teammate's leaving you empty like he did there, allowing someone to come right behind him and shoot him at the bottom of the stairs, it's really hard to defend a bomb that way, and I give props to Fragdom. Good round.
Yeah, right now as we go head off into this next round here, actually Coalition pushing a little B here, have the smoke deployed, and Failure is the lead man. He's actually swinging back into A. Well, I take that back. He's heading back into B, while Coalition PRP is already in the B site, and he gets that puppy down, so B is the place to be right now. And oh, that is quick. Failure and Brett just clean that up there for Coalition. 8-7 in the favor of Coalition.
Yeah, good quick round. Good idea by Coalition. 2 rounds. They win A both times. One slow, one fast. So Fragdom had to guess. I would think either a B or maybe another fast A. But a good switch up by Coalition to really hit that bomb site hard.
Yeah, nice to they're really putting Fragdom on their heels, at least the last 2 rounds. So nice job by Coalition. And as nades are being thrown back and forth here and making a point here. Fear, nice double M4 kill there, taking out PRP there. And right now we have Fear going up the stairwell that leads into A. And he's going to have to get over here. Looks like Mobster's all by himself. And we're going to look and see where he's at. He's heading over to B, so all the action taking place in A right now for Fragdom, so they're going to get that down. Oh, nice shot by Hype, and Mobster just drops like a bag of potatoes there. Nice job.
Not a lot of people are expected to snipe in that back corner, so I was really kind of surprised too when Hype got taken out, but it was a nice shot and a really good round for Fragdom. You know, they're trying to hold their own on defense after going down 7-5 on offense. And I really think Coalition is hit him hard as Mr. K comes through with a really good set nade. Random nade to really just start the round off on a note, but their Dex and Failure both answering. MP5, Deagle shot into Fear and Hype. So Fragdom left with Mr. K, Uno, Juvie, Dex, Failure, and PLP, all that's up. And now back and forth kills just going around. Juvie is now all by himself, and Juvie has really stepped up in the second half, coming to an 11-14 score.
Yeah, PRP drops the, lays down the bomb for his team, and, you know, Coalition is having really no problem getting through the defensive lines into B, and they're just really taking charge of that alley as they get into the B site. Juvie taking out Dexter, so he's in the bomb site area, so we're going to take a look at this right now. He's going to try to defuse, fake defuse, and he's going to go one-on-one right now with PRP, so this is going to be an interesting matchup between these two players. Both players are pretty good, and right now they're going back and forth. And oh, PRP with the MP5 taking out Juvie, and nice statement kill there, 9-8 in the favor of Coalition.
Yeah, Fragdom I think needs to you know, figure out what Coalition's doing here. That's 2 quick rounds to B. They could go A. I would think it would be an A if I was the one leading this team, but I think Coalition might think they've exploited a weakness. Although it looks like they are probably going B here as I'm kind of following the Coalition team. They're holding back, waiting for, and there they go. PRP, Dex, and Failure all heading down the B side. You got Hype on top of the Lighthouse and Mr. K on that side. Dex putting down Hype and Mr. K with an AK-47 and PRP, and then into Mobsta, and Failure answering back, taking out Mr. K. So Dex and Failure are up against Uno, Juvie, and Fear. And Coalition now down a man with Fear coming up behind them on the B push. It's Dex and Failure putting down Fear to bring it to a 2-2. And I'm going to switch over to Juvie to see where he's at. He's bottom Lighthouse, trying to come over and come up behind these Coalition guys as they get the plant down. But he's got to watch for Failure who's on top, and there it is. 2 of them going at it. Juvie jumping down to the bottom, running behind. And there is Dex coming in, backing up his buddy, putting down Juvie. So Uno, all that's left for Fragdom with Dex and Failure still up.
Yeah, Uno's in bomb site B right now, and again, just like we stated a little earlier, Coalition just really getting into B with no problem, and if it ain't broke, Shogun, don't fix it. So right now, Uno in the cross position here, holding up in B bomb site as looks like Coalition, Failure, and Dex are going to try to do something a little sneaky here. Failure again going 18-10, Dex right now 18-12, so they're going to do a number here on Uno if he doesn't try to do something here. So we're going to take a look at this, and you may see where Dex is at there, Shogun, because I have lost him here, unfortunately.
Yeah, Dex is following up Failure into A, and they're kind of going to play A because I think they had a feeling that Uno was over at the B site, and there they go, bombed down, Uno all by himself having to come over, and I think right now with an SMG, he's in a very tight position here. He needs to try to get at least 1 pit kill, get in there fast, try to get the other one, but with Failure and Dex, both 2 players that have done really well in this match, you know, it's going to be tough for him, and especially with A. Failure's on top, Dex is right at the bottom of the stairs. They're doing that split again that I think is a dangerous move to do, but Uno not really watching his back, looks into the stairs, there he takes out Dex, leaving Failure up top all by himself. Failure kind of watching the door, doesn't know which way to go. There's really 2 options, down the stairs or risk yourself jumping off the roof and surprising him. But let's see right now, Uno kind of looking around. He's going to peek the stairs. Is Failure just sitting up top kind of waiting for it. Uno waiting for it, and there he comes. Failure walking right into Uno's shot. So a very good, very prompt 2-1 clutch by Uno. I think Fragdom really needed that round.
No doubt about that. Oh! Oh my god.
Well, I guess I called it wrong.
Yeah, no doubt. We were looking at the timer wrong there, and Coalition held off for that last bit there just to get that bomb off. So nice job, and they snuck that round out. It looked like he had enough time. I wasn't looking at the clock per se as I was looking at the one-on-one action. Right now we have Juvie and Uno pushing into A. Actually, they're hesitating as the nades are flying into the A bomb site area. Let's see if Coalition again can come through B. The smoke has been deployed around the alley, and again, Mobster has broken the defensive lines of Fragdom right now. But Fear is holding down B alley right now. So it looks like everything is going to be taking place. And oh, Dex gets taken out by Juvie with the MP5. and everything spread out. Brett getting taken out there by Fear. And right now we have all 5 players for Fragdom right now going against Mobster, and he's on the island by himself. So right now he's up in B building here, trying to get to the second floor here. They know he's there. He's going to try to do so. Oh, he takes out Fear, but he gets taken out by Uno. 10-9, back and forth action between these two teams. So far, great matchup. Nice schedule here. Thanks to CEVO on this one.
Yeah, I think that botched clutch right there, and I'm sorry for calling it wrong, but I think that botched clutch right there really lit a fire under Fragdom, and this second half is going to lit a fire under Juvie. Juvie, who at once was 0-1-6, is now 15-2-16. He's really come alive in the second half, and I think really helped his team get back in this game. But we're going to watch as the two Coalition guys trying to push the bomb there. Dex coming up, putting 2 kills into Uno and Juvie. Nice double kill on the A side. Looks like Coalition has that locked down. Mobster now taking out Fear. It's Hype and Mr. K. Mr. K taking out Brett. But really, I think Coalition has the A-bomb site down as Mr. K and Hype, the last 2 left. I'm going to check here where the Coalition guys are. We have Mobster playing in the middle near the helicopter. PRP playing back A and near the spawn. And PRP's getting in a battle now. But he's got Failure right above him, trying to put some rounds into Mr. K. And it is Dex putting down Mr. K in the back of A, and there's Mobster covering the flank, taking out Hype, and it is 11-9 now for Coalition.
Yeah, Coalition's really mixing it up here, really putting, again, Frag Domination on their heels and really keeping them guessing, Shogun. So it's a very good props to them in doing this. And Frag Domination just having a difficult time as of late here. So hopefully they can turn this around. Right now we have Brett and Mobster for Coalition leading the charge here into the B site, while Failure and PRP are going into A. So Paler going one-on-one. He takes out Uno there. Juvie taking out Dex. So back and forth action. And Juvie, nice kill there on Failure into A site. So right now back and forth action. We have Mr. K moving back here into B area, B site, and Mobster again by himself, so deja vu for him as he's in bottom side B building here, trying to get into the B site, and he gets taken out pretty easy there by Juvie. He was just all by himself there, and he was just getting pretty much crowded there by Fragdom. 11-10 right now.
Yeah, like I keep saying it, I really think this has been the key thing for Fragdom getting back in this match is Juvie. Juvie's really come alive. And I'm really liking what he's doing. He's really coming alive, helping his team out, getting the kills they need to try to stay in this game as it's 11-10. And Fear taking out Failure with the nade. That has been the story, I think, really, too, of this match is the nades. As Mr. K getting a headshot into Brett, and wow, what a quick round. Team ace for Fragdom over Coalition to tie the game up 11-11. This is going to be a tie match. I would not be surprised if it goes into overtime, Anger.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And you know what? I'm going to call it here. I think it will go overtime because the way that these rounds are flip-flopping back and forth, it's just made to go that way. And right now we have 3 members from Fragdom moving into A. We have 1 in the spawn holding back, and that would be Hype. So they're going to play pretty tight here off of this round here as Coalition is moving. Looks like they're holding back also. We have Mobster as the lead man, but Dex is going to take the lead here for the push into A right now. And Shogun, this is going to be very interesting to see how these teams work this one out, because I think this is going to be the ultra key round here for both teams.
Oh yeah, definitely, and especially now it's still back and forth kills. It's 4 against 4 now, and Mr. K now making it 3 against 4. But it definitely is. Fragdom, I think, has A down, which is the way Coalition's trying to go. They're trying to work a pick out of A so they can possibly push in there. And I really think they just got to be patient here and wait for the other one to make a mistake.
The winner of this match will take on the winner of the Fab X 050 matchup. So if anybody has that score, or if it has been played, shoot on over to IRC and I can get that out so we know who's going to be playing possibly next week. So Brett taking out Mr. K there. As we're going in here, it looks like we have Dex in bomb site A, and for Fragdom we have Hype and Fear right now. The only 2 members left for this team alive for this round, and we have Dex, Perplex, and Brett alive for Coalition. So right now Dex is moving into A, and he's moving out. Looks like bomb has been planted there, Shogun.
No, that's just the timer running out. As Fear's kind of holding it down. He's second set of stairs. And there comes a stun nade right into the second set of stairs. And Coalition, I think, definitely, there they go. They got the plant down now, Anger.
There it is. I guess it was a little premature on my part, but nevertheless, they do get it down, and Dex is holding the second story of bomb site A down right now. And shots being fired as Brett is going a one-on-one, but he gets taken out by Fear. So this is where the action is going to be taking place here at bomb site A, as Fear is in the stairwell here on the second floor. He knows Dex is there. This is it right here. Fear and Dex go one-on-one, and the pistols being brought out of the holsters here as Dex takes off here. Hype, Perplex taking out Hype, and 24 seconds left until this bomb goes boom. Perplex back up there. Nice shot by Dex, taking out Fear. 12-11. Here it is, ladies and gents. The pressure is on Frag Domination here if they want to advance in the next round, Shogun.
Oh yeah, and this is definitely where, you know, it shows who's your heroes, who's not, and who's your all-stars and who's not. It's this round right here, and I really think after watching this match so far, I really think it's either going to be Juvie or Hype or even Mr. K stepping up to it for Frag Dom, and I really hope they do, because I would love to see this go into overtime. It's a really close match.
Yeah, very evenly matched here as they're moving into A, and it's going to be interesting to see how Fragdom plays here. Right now they are holding down bomb site A as Juvie and Uno are in the vicinity here. And it looks like Perplex and Dex are going to be the two that move into A. Actually, Dex is actually moving by himself, all by himself here, as Failure is actually in bomb site A, the lead infantry guy for him. And looks like Juvie hanging out, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Coalition wins and advances. They're going to be taking on the winner of Fabricated X and 050 matchup, so hopefully someone can get me that score. But congrats to Coalition. Nice job by them. Also, congratulations to Fragdom for doing an outstanding job in this tournament by getting to the second round in the CEVO playoffs.
Yeah, it was a close match all the way, and I think it was honestly Juvie that pulled it all together for Fragdom at the end. Even though they didn't win, I think Juvie really came alive in the second half, and I applaud him, but I definitely applaud Coalition in those last 2 rounds in the crunch time. They're the ones that got it done. But great match all around, guys, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, and one of the key things, I believe that B push, you know, hitting into the alley was very critical because they did it just 4 times in a row, and those were very key rounds that they took advantage of, and they did a really, really nice job. So Coalition, nice job for them, just really mixing it up and keeping, again, Frag Domination on their heels throughout this match.
Yeah, Coalition, I like the way Coalition started out their offense. I think they really started out Fragdom guessing, you know. They started out with a slow push, then do a fast push, and then do a B push. And they really kept them guessing all the way through. But Fragdom answered a lot of those. And like I said, in the first half, if Fragdom would have won those rounds that they needed to win at those certain points, you know, they would have come out with a lot different. But, you know, they needed to pull out a 7-5 on offense. They couldn't do it. They pulled out 5-7. It made defense that much harder. But still, very good game between the two teams.
Now, we want to apologize for the small technical difficulties. I guess we had some sound and some video problems. We'll get that fixed. We apologize about that. But right now I'm going to bring in Anarchy Ops here. He's taking the shout-outs. And Anarchy, what do you have for us? What is the count here for shout-outs?
I only have 4 shout-outs.
That's all good.
I have one from Escosta from Team Precision, saying he'd like to give a shout out to his homeboy Jesus. Have no idea what that means, but okay. I know Costo and he's weird. Got a shout out to Diaz from Jay-Z. I love you, dog, and to Jizzy. Hop on the e-rev server tonight so I can knife you down just like the other night, son. Okay, a little gayness going on there. Badfish from Rive wants to give a shout out to Guardians. Good game, good luck. And Needham from COA. I'm peeing in my pants. This is the closest match ever, and thank you to e-rev for casting this bad boy. And I got one from Diaz. Shout out to both teams. Very close match.
All right, thank you, Anarchy, for those shout outs here. Do have a couple really quick. We have one from Seeker from N2F. Shout out to Perplex and the rest of Castrated crew. Good job. And last but not least, looks like you got that across from Diaz, so we'll make sure that you already got that across. So we're going to put this baby to bed, and we appreciate you guys hanging in there with the video and sound. We apologize again for the technical difficulties. We'll get that fixed, and make sure you join us here on Thursday as we're going to have another double header, possibly a triple header. So make sure you head on over to www.e-rev.tv. You can check the schedule there, and we'll have that up. And until for myself, Anger, my man Shogun, and on the video Mayday, we're going to say bon voyage. Good night.
Peace.